Go. Find some music. Let's swap this out for some World of Warcraft ambience. View, new tab. The Emerald Dream. Let's see. Fine. If wants to go there, go there. Alright. Nah, that's hideous, but okay. Okay. Live? We are indeed live. Okay. Ditch this tab. Keep that one. Keep open this one. Hey Lola, how's it going? We're going to be doing some more of the art tonight. First I'm going to go through this list of the stuff from the new Hearthstone expansion. It's a tier list. And wonder why I didn't play. Oh, desktop sounds are off. Everybody does get one. Hey Cyber, how you doing? Okay. Let me bring this back up. Did that actually play for you? Because I didn't hear it on my end. Alright, so I saw two different people do this tier list. No one has the best image quality, so I'll use this one as my descriptor for it. Oh, you're photoshopping as well. Nice. Alright, so we're going to go through this tier list pretty quickly. It's of the cards in the new Hearthstone mini set that is releasing a couple of days, maybe. Fighting a bloody headache. I was going to stream, but might have second thoughts. Yeah, definitely take some like something for that, because usually it's hydrate or eat something or spend some time away from a computer screen. It's usually one of those three things, so find. Okay. So let's get through this as quickly as possible. Where did it go? Tier list. There you go. Right, let's put that on top level. Or stab people, maybe. Alright, so the first one is a Death Knight card, Eternal Layover. Give all minions reborn, then destroy all minions. I like the idea of this. I mean, I would definitely use this in the Liza Goreblade deck. It's excellent in an Unholy deck where your end goal is Marrogar. I specifically think it's good in a situation of Eliza Goreblade, and there's probably a lot of other reasons it's good, but like just piling up corpses is very, very strong. I think it might be a little bit overcosted at 4, but even then you're literally usually you'd be getting all the benefit in the world of both of those. So I'm gonna put this in. Why is that cursor so bad? So weird. I'll put it there. Alright, next one is Travel Security. 6 mana, 2/2, summon a random 8 cost. I'll put this in. I imagine in standard it's probably worse. In wild, there's a lot of 8 drops. I'm gonna put it in C. I don't think much of it, like, because it's random, and Death Knight isn't really the class of doing random stuff. So I'm just going to put it there. Next one is Soul Searching. Discover a card from your deck, spend 5 corpses to copy it. because it's a card, like that could be any card in your deck, which again is a bit random. But I mean, you could probably modulate the RNG for that. I'll put that in B. 2-mana Demon Hunter card, which is Demonic Deal, Lifesteal. Deal 4 damage to a minion, put a random demon that costs 5 or more on top of your deck. Early game, probably not too good. Late game, excellent. So I'm going to put it like here. I think this is probably going to be... I'll put that like top of B for now. Demon Hunter 6 cost minion, which is Spirit Peddler. Reduce the cost of a minion in your hand by 6. Rush, Death Rattle. I think this thing is insane. Maybe even better. Because it's the same design philosophy as Claw Machine, which is Rush, Death Rattle, draw a minion from your deck, give it +3/+3. And like obviously if you've got... I imagine there's probably a big demon version of Demon Hunter. So, what do you mean by we lost Darth Vader? Infernal Stapler, I think this is an F tier card. It's a 3-mana 3/3 weapon. After your hero attacks, deal 3 damage to your hero. There's no way Demon Hunter does not have a better 3-cost weapon than this. I don't think they have any good reason to deal damage to themselves, so I think it's bad. 4-mana 2/1 Number Cruncher. Rush, Taunt, choose 3 times. The Voice of Vader just passed. Oh, okay. Gain +2 attack and +3 health. So you can either use it as a 2/7 with Taunt for 4, which is... I mean, Mugasham Warden is a 1/7 that doesn't have Rush. Or you can use it as an 8/1. So it's like almost Elazari Inquisitor. In Druid, I don't think it's that good. Handle with Bear. Get 2/3/3 bears with Taunt. Each time they're in your hand, they gain 1/1. I can see this being one of those cards that people play and then hold on to the bears for a while. You can't progress turn counter. So, I'd say it's... I'll put it probably there. Actually, I'll put it above that because I can actually see him play like... Because it's not technically a token card, but it's of a card type where you get a token minion. I don't know how much those 2 bears cost. I imagine probably 3. Alright, then there's this, which is Angora Brochure. Draw 2 minions, give them 2/2. Depends on what kind of druid they're being played in, but I can see it being very good. 4-mana Hunter spell. Find it on this tier list. Okay, Monkey Business. Add 8 bananas to your hand. Any that can't fit are randomly fed to minions in play. I think this won't see play at all. Mainly because the hunters don't really do random that much. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like... Hold on, let me just fix this. There you go. Yeah, I don't see it being particularly used. Like, I don't... If each one counts as a different spell, but even then, Dwarven District is damaging spells, and I don't think that's not in standard anyway, so... Yeah, I think it's just straight up fucking bad. Cash Cow. Whoopsie, I just lost it. Fuck. Go back. There you go. Cash Cow. I don't think this card's going to see use or Taunt. Whenever it takes damage, get a coin. It sounds interesting on paper, but I think the time of a slower hunter is over. I don't think there's ever going to be a hunter deck slow enough for that to be relevant as a card. This is Workhorse. 3-mana 4/2, summon 2/2/1 ponies. Again, like Deathlord, Hunter is not a real deck anymore. Playing like what used to be a I can't see a lot of use for it. Scavenging hyena and stuff like that hasn't been useful for a very long time. Okay, Portal Monster, Skylar, Rogue Tourist. Swap the cost of the lowest and highest spells in your hand. I think this is... I'll put this here. It seems like a good card, but it depends. Like both classes can generate a lot of spells. Rogue obviously has like counterfeit coin, but I don't know what their highest cost spell is. Mage can probably put this to more use than Rogue. Sorry, yeah, like what am I talking about? Mage can. I imagine it's probably got some crazy utility that I don't recognise. Alright, this one is Burn Down. Draw 3 cards, light them on fire, and 3 turns any cards in your hand still are destroyed. I mean, 3 mana, draw 3. It with a drawback technically isn't very strong. I'll put it probably there. The 7 mana mage spell, which is Huddle Up, fill your board with random Naga. I'm going to put that right at the bottom. I don't think there are any Naga that have just like straight up passive onboard effects. I think all the Naga are battle cries, which means that summoning them off something like this, unlike its direct competitor, which is the Scourge, which is a Death Knight card that fills your board with random undead. Like a lot of those can have like onboard passive effects, whereas this is like, to the best of my knowledge, Naga or mostly all battle cry effects. I don't think there's anything that really benefits from being summoned that way. Plus, a lot of mage decks don't really play any minions, or very low minion count comparatively, because they're mages. I think this might have been better in like Demon Hunter, where you can use it with like Wrathscale Naga, or in a deck where you can make use of those minions, but that's just my thought. Trustful. Discover 2 minions that cost 5 or less. They gain each other's attack and health. This entirely depends on what the pool of 5 cost minions are. Obviously it's 5 or less, so you can also just discover 2 0 costs. I'm going to put this actually here. I don't think it's that good. The next one is Paladin. Where is this one? Alright, restore 4 hands, summon 3 silver hand recruits, draw 2 cards. This card is fucking insane. Restore, so in Priest you can restore 3 health for 1 and it discovers a card. So you're looking at that being worth like 1 mana to restore 4 health. Summoning 3 silver hand recruits, you get off Mustard, which also gives you a 1/4 weapon for 4 mana. And drawing 2 cards is worth on average 3 mana, so this is overpowered as fuck, which is pretty strong. Paladin 2-drop, which is a Busy Bot, gives your 1 attack minions 1/1. I think this is trash. Don't think it will see play. There is a variant of Paladin where they use a lot of the 1/1 like 1 attack creatures. But usually you hand buff them because it's a passive. But it's basically becomes a passive buff that you get in your hand, and not on board. Because I don't know. It seems like it could be good, but I don't think it is. Silver Moonbridge Shore. Give a minion immune and +2/+2. As a priest, I'm gonna put that in here. Basically, I think this is the cut-off line for where cards are just absolutely garbage / will not see play. Everything above that will see play. I just think this is bad. I know it has the flip effect, but I don't know what the flip effect is off the top of my head, so I'm just rating it based on what I see. Envoy of Prosperity, put the highest cost card from your hand on top of your deck. This could be good if you've got the Dredge card. You can swap it for a different card. And also, because of the legendary that came out in... What was the name of the legendary? There's one where you draw 2 copies of it. I think that's probably where this will see most use, in that kind of deck. So if you can pull off that combo, but it depends on... Let me find. Is it this? I want to find the actual card. Cards, Spells of Paradise. It just brought me back here. Cards. All card sets. Eventually I'll find the right way to get to the freaking pet card library. Right, so we want perils. And we want legendaries. Filter, rarity. Legendary. The priest legendary. Narain, that's the one. Get 2 fortunes that are copies of the top card of your deck, so you can combo it with this on turn 6 to put a card from your hand back on top of your deck, draw 2 copies of it, which would be really, really fucking strong. So I think that if you can pull off that combo, it can be insane, but if you can't, then because obviously it just straight up puts a card of a specific cost. I'll put it there exclusively because of the combo potential. 3 mana priest minion, which is, where is it? Can't see it. It's so bad that it's just not rated. No, there it is. If you already took damage this turn, summon a copy of this. Nope. I don't know if Void Priest is still a viable deck in Standard. I know it was for a little while. I don't think I'm going to... I think it's just bad at this point now because it's on the turn you play it, so you have to play a way to deal damage to yourself, and then as well as that you have to be able to play this. I don't know many ways. I don't know specifically how that's a combo potential, so I'm just going to put it in pretty bad, but it's not as bad as this. Actually, let me move these up. I'm thinking I might. I'm going to move this here, and I'm going to put this here because I can imagine this seeing play. This one I just can't see him play. Right, 4 costs. What is that card? We're looking for a 4-drop. That is probably a rogue card. I can't see it. Can't see it. Is it? That's it. Agency, espionage, shuffle a card from each other class into your deck. It costs 1. This is insane. There's another card called Academic Espionage, which puts 10 cards from your opponent's class into your deck. They cost 1. That's in a lot of Spectral Cutlass Rogue in Wild. Obviously, I'm basing this on Wild, so I'm gonna being able to put 40 cards that cost 1 into your deck is really, really strong. The next one is the 3-drop, which is Robocooler. Draw an 8, 8, and 8 cost card numbers dialed randomly each turn. Okay, so the 8, 8, and 8 change values each turn, and it draws a minion of those 3 costs. So basically, it's a draw 3, but those 3 cards are guaranteed minions of 3 separate costs, and it's a mech. I'm going to rate this quite highly because I think Mech Rogue is still really strong. I don't know if it's still like meta defining or anything, but it's still probably quite strong. Sharp shipment plus give a weapon +2/+2. Absolute garbage. Rogue has a lot of ways of buffing their weapon. Most of them cost less than this. I think almost all of them cost less than this actually. Okay, what's this? Is the Turbulus. Hunter Taurus Battlecry. Give 1/1 to your Battlecry minions in your hand, deck, and battlefield. I think it's good. I think will it see playing enough Shaman decks? It depends on how many Battlecries are running. In Wild, this thing is going here, and that's where I can rate it because it's just strong as fuck. Deal 3 damage. Next one is a 2-mana Shaman. Deal 3 damage to a minion, freeze its neighbours, so it freezes 3 minions for 2. Which is on par with Flurry for Mage with 1 upgrade. I don't know how much freezing Shaman does compared to any other class. I'm going to put it like here. I'm going to put it on the line because I don't really know a lot about freezing Shaman. And then finally, the 2 mana. Actually, this is a new totem, isn't it? Yeah, this is Hydration Totem. So it gives, at the end of each turn, give adjacent minions 1/1. For me, this is going right here next to Eliza Goreblade deck, because these two enable gimmicks I actually do use. Next up is a 4 mana. I think that's a fine print card. It is. Deal 4 damage to all minions, excess damage is your hero. In Wild, this is going to be absolutely broken because of Demon Seed. Like, just being able to do all that damage yourself in one hit. In Standard, I don't know. But it is a lot of damage across a lot of minions, and I mean, even then, even if it doesn't kill everything on the board, it's still doing a shit. Like, it's like 4 damage to every minion, and 4 is usually like a weird space for damage dealing spells. I think I'm gonna put it here. I think I value it more than get a copy of a card, because that can be good, but like at the same time, the cards that you want to be searching may not ever get discovered off it. Okay, this is stupidly overpowered, maybe the strongest card in the entire set. The 2 mana Assassinate, tradable, so it means you can put it back in your deck for 2 mana. And it is Destroy a Minion for 2 mana, which is ridiculously overpowered for 2 mana. The only downside, if you can call it that, is it's tradable. Is that it's temporary, so if you don't use it that turn, it disappears. But at the same time, there's never not going to be a good time to use it. It's always going to be playable on curve because it costs functionally fucking nothing. So yeah, I'd say that's probably the strongest card in the entire set, and if it doesn't see play in every Warlock deck, I'll be genuinely shocked. And then the 2 mana Warlock minion, which is on this list. Where is it? Okay. Employee of the month. And it's an imp. So it actually comes in handy with a bunch of other stuff as well. Battlecry gives a friendly minion lifesteal for 2. Lifesteal can help, but I've got to base it on how I see it in Wild, and obviously that means everything to do with Warlock is based around how good Demon Seed is. I'm going to say this is good. Not brilliant, but definitely I can see it seeing play, because obviously if they're doing self-damage, they're going to need to get that health bank, and you can get some pretty big minions, so... Alright. Punch card. Give your hero +3 attack and also damages adjacent minions. This card is nuts. And I put... Hello? And I put this card here. Simply because even if you don't have a... So obviously the whole point of this is have a weapon equipped. But even if you don't have a weapon equipped, you're paying 3 mana to do 9 damage across 3 minions, which is obviously optimal. And most... The thing is, a lot of swipes are effectively gone. To the best of my knowledge anyway. Like, deals damage adjacent minions are things that I don't think exist that much now. I mean, there's also Super Collider, and even that only hits one side. But I think Punch card is, it's not broken, it's fun. It's very well balanced, I'd say, because you're obviously the trade-off to this is you're taking that damage to the face. But if you got armor, and I'm pretty sure Odin is still one of the stronger decks in Standard. I'm not entirely sure. But if you're playing Odin, and usually you'll have enough armor to survive that, and obviously you're going to be gaining attack off Odin as well, so you can probably get a hell of a lot of damage in from this. Next is the 3 mana warrior card, which is reserve spot. Give a random friendly minion in your hand for 4. If it's the only one there, reduce it by 2. I don't think warrior play very low minion costs. Sorry, low minion counts. I think a lot of the decks are quite high minion count. I'm going to put it like here. because the only deck I can see it being used in is Odin, and that's quite minion heavy because obviously you need to get a lot of taunts and stuff down before turning, before you can actually play Odin and get the benefit of basically winning from there. But it is very rare that you will only have one minion in your hand unless something's a little bit interesting. Alright, Alloy Advisor, taunt whenever this takes damage, gain 3 armor. This I love. This, where'd it go? There you go. I'm going to put this in my gimmick section, which is right here. It's a 4 mana 2/6 taunt. Whenever this takes damage, gain 3 armor. There's a minion I used to use in my mech warrior, which my warrior mech deck, which is Vicious Scrap Hound. So whenever it deals damage, you gain armor equal to the amount of damage it dealt. So with this, it's basically the same thing. Plus, it's a mech, so you can magnetize onto it, which is obviously fantastic for my deck. Right, the 9 mana legendary. This is the expensive legendary for the set. Right, summon 3 minions from your deck from different expansions. I think this is broken. I don't think it's like the most powerful card, but I can see the scene playing a lot of decks because, like, all you got to do is like, so say Warlock, like Demon Warlock, Demonology Warlock. You can just like Enhanced Dreadlord, Void Lord, Mal'Ganis. There you go. Those are all from different expansions. I'm pretty sure, and those are all 9 cost minions. So you're basically paying 9 to get a shitload of stats. I think this card is. I don't think it's going to be like meta defining in standard. I just sort of think that it has. It's one of those cards that has like fantastically unlimited potential, basically. In that there are probably combos for this card that I haven't even thought of yet. Or like there are going to be like 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line when next expansion comes out, there are going to be people still theory crafting the best way to completely abuse the ability on this card. Actually, you know what? Because of that, I'm going to push it a little further up. Yeah, I think that placement's good. Alright, this is Zephrys. This is the new version of Zephrys. Dream Plan Zephrys. Choose a travel tool to get 2 potentially perfect cards from it. This is very similar to original Zephrys, in that it gives you potentially perfect card. But it gives you 4 different flavors of potentially perfect cards. I would say if this I'd say this would probably get buffed to a 2-drop, or like it will have the if you have new if you're playing a Highlander deck, then it will get this. It will probably get that keyline, like the original. But even if it doesn't, I think this is fine. I mean, I'm not honestly expecting this to see a lot of play. It's a low cost legendary, so obviously I'll probably end up running it in a deck of legends. But yeah, I'd say it's. Where do I put it? I think I put it just above my entire gimmick section. I'd say that's probably the best thing for it, because Deck of Legends is technically a gimmick. But at the same time, I think it's good enough that it could see play in like actual real people decks. Right, Carnivorous Cubicle, Battlecry, destroy friendly minion, summon a copy of it at the end of your turns. There was a card called, what was it called? Cube. Wild cards. All rarities, and we need Cube. This card basically defined an entire Carnivorous Cube. So destroy friendly minions. When it does, summon 2 copies of it. This one summons a copy at the end of each turn it's alive. And I mean, obviously it becomes either a silence or just like you have to remove this card, because whatever you destroy is probably going to be like insane. I think this. I don't know. The problem is though, I don't know what the standard meta looks like. In Wild, like I'm trying to think of like what I would use it for. Obviously, you're probably not trying to run it. So for something like this, you don't want to be running it in the same way as you run Carnivorous Cube. You run Carnivorous Cube because things had death rattles that were good, like in your Enhanced Dreadlord. With this, you probably want it for something that's either just a big minion or it's got an onboard passive that does something that is going to be annoying, like eating a Colossal or eating a Titan. Like eating a Titan would this be fucking crazy. I can see this. I can see this being. I'm going to put it like. I really don't think much of this actually. I'm moving it down to like B tier. It's probably good, but like I don't see the use of it. Alright, and then we've got my least favourite design idea, which is Clumsy Steward. After any card is drawn, make it temporary. I hate the design philosophy of this card. There you go, it's going in its own tier. Like, I just don't understand why that's a card type that needs to exist. It seems like I don't really know. I don't know what the meta for standard is like. If it's low cost aggressive, like, I mean, basically it pushes the game into being like aggro, in that you like if you're playing a deck, you probably run you basically with this it's either you run a lot of small stuff or you risk your hand getting burnt. Like, so nobody will be playing anything more than like 4 mana. It'll basically the game will revert to a point where Zoolock and Undertaker Hunter were like the 2 strongest decks in the entire game. So, and finally, Busy Peon, your next location costs 2 less. I don't think it does enough. And it's a death rattle as well. If it was a battle cry, maybe I could see it being useful. But I don't see it seeing any play at all because it's a death rattle rather than a battle cry. If it was a battle cry, I could see the argument for it. But because it's a death rattle, you've got to play it and then wait for it to die. And then maybe after that, you can play your location for two mana less. But I don't see that as being a big enough payoff, really. Like, for playing a 2, you're basically front loading that 2 mana onto your location because you're paying 2 mana for your location to cost 2 less. But at the same time, you're putting a minion that doesn't have taunt. They don't have to attack this at all. You can put taunt on it, maybe. I don't know if there are many ways to do that in standard. I just don't see it being any kind of useful because, like, I know I think the only location, quote unquote location, that's being played in standard at all is the Senkazal, the Paladin legendary that becomes one. Why did I do that? There you go, Senkazal. Yeah, I think this is the only quote unquote location that is being played in standard at all, because it becomes a location and then it has rush. So it's like Ramonia, Living Blade. Saying that though, I don't actually know how good Ramonia was, but at the same time, like, that just goes to show how little I think that. So that's my thoughts on the mini set. Let me I'm gonna share this to Twitter. Can I just share this to Twitter? I can. It should auto just log me in, right? There you go. No, I'm not doing it this way. Right. Let me sniffing tool. Hopefully that's decent quality. Let's take a look. Not really, but it seems fine. Okay. I'll minimize that. So this is my tier list for the cards from Perils in Paradise mini set. What's it called? Traveling Travel Agency. Travel Agency. Releasing Tuesday, September 10th. Who? 10th September. If you want my reasoning, actually I'll split it off as a separate video once it's over. Who was the guy who posted it? Let me find the notification. It says the guy who posted it actually was the guy who made that. So let me find. Imic, that's it. I'm imagining he's probably another half-time content creation, half-time journalist. Ooh, okay. Let me tag him. Imic plays. Thanks to Imic plays for the playlist. There you go. And I'll put a link to his post down here, but then people can also perform the tier list themselves. Yeah, I think that's probably about as. I mean, obviously, this is not entirely based on anything other than my personal experience, and I'm mostly a casual. So it's a lot of ming and erring, but at the same time, we've got my personal opinions. Right, let's find some different music because this is. There's some. Is there Stormwind? Let me see. Stormwind. That's only 1 hour. What time is it anyway? 10:30. 2 hours of Stormwind. No, Ashen Vale. Let's see what Ashen Vale sounds like. That doesn't sound too bad. Right. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get on with some art. Okay, so earlier on today, I made a few changes to the way I'm doing things. Let me open Hearthstone and just show you what I mean by that. So I went back into Hearthstone. I changed the graphics quality to high, and I changed the screen resolution to 4K. And for some reason it seems a little more responsive, which is nice. Oh, so the mini set comes, so the new patch is tomorrow. Because today's the 9th. Holy shit, it's already the 9th, man. I just saved this screenshot as well. Let me find that. Save as my tier list. There you go. Now I don't need it anymore. But yeah, because one of the things that I noticed when I was editing out the other ones was like the quality was a bit poo-poo when you zoomed in too far. So what I wanted to do was get the absolute highest quality images that I could. Thanks to Lola yesterday, I worked out the best way to do this, and it is to go into modes, solo, practice against this, and then for each one I use just Demon Hunter as the opponent board thing. Let's use that. Play, and it's a custom pre-stack where all 30 cards in the deck cost 0. The rules were I had to go first, so it was consistent. I had to. You can't have Raised Dead in your opening hand because no minions can die on turn 0. And if you got a lackey that. So, like, this is bad because look, there's Raised Dead. Now, I've got a minion, but I can't kill that minion, so Raised Dead gets shuffled back in. And if I get a lackey off of whatever that is, then, you know, obviously I can't use it. So Illuminate into anything, it doesn't matter. Play the minion. Desperate Prayer, Forbidden Shaping. There you go. And then, patches. So then I'd go screenshot. There you go, problem solved. Because then I'd have the screenshot of what, I don't know what this board is actually. But yeah, so I did that for every board that is currently in the game. It took me 1 hour and 40 minutes. Because obviously, like, what I did was I had a I got I got like the thumbnail of each board, and then what's the video I made for it? I think this is it, right? Yeah, I made a little. Yeah, so I got all the boards. This is sped up by, I think it's like 90 times, so it's a lot faster because I don't want to upload a 1 hour 40-minute video where I'm not talking. And this is out. Sorry, hold on. So every time I get a board, so if I would got like, so for this is perfect. It's 2/0 cost minions. First, going first. This map is Revendreth, but I fucked it up because what did I do wrong there? Why did I do that? Let me slow it down a little bit. Why did I skip? So Madness at Darkmoon Faire was first, and then whenever I'd find the proper screenshot for that board, I would remove it from publisher. What did I do that fucked me up here? Yeah, because I drew Raised Dead, and if you draw Raised Dead, then you can't use all the cards in hand. But yeah, I got through all. How many were there? Fucking loads. I mean, there's 6 to a row. Okay. Right, so there are 36 boards total. So I had to reset a lot of times in order to get all of them, because which board you get is completely randomized, and obviously which thing you got, and then afterwards I named them all. So using the magnetic lasso tool, we will now remove all the elements I don't want. And I'll just sort of go maybe just until midnight, but we'll see how I'm feeling when that comes up. Right. Actually, I'm going to switch this off as well. I want Skyrim ambience. Want some nice Skyrim ambience. Forest of Spring. That sounds good. I mean, it's not like I liked Sky Sports in the first place, but I actively advocate against them now. Also shopping at Sainsbury's. Yeah, that sounds comfy. I'll take that. Right, so we need to, as you explained yesterday, I need to take this very slowly in order to not fuck it up. This one's probably one of the harder ones as well, although saying that because I need to be able to blur this fire back out with it. But we're going to take it nice and slow. We're going to be chill. Is this it? Free select, scissors. Okay. We can zoom in further than that. That's an ad I cannot snooze, so I apologise. Might turn that music up. Deselect, select none. Shit. Okay. Switch the tool for just a second. No, okay, I'm just going to close it. I'm turning this music up a bit because that's very peaceful. Go to 50? Yeah. There you go, nice. Comfy music. jog those lines. Ah, that's awkward. No, I can. No, I think the cutoff should definitely be there. Unless I'm gonna I'll put animated fire behind it or something. I think that something else entirely realistically. Just put back in. Oh, that's what she said. What's that face for? Actually, I don't even know what that emote means. That's what she said. Oh, right. You know what I need to add to my list of games to play when I got my proper model sorted out? Skyrim. I haven't played Skyrim in ages. For a long time, it was the game that I had more hours in than any other game. And then Nier Automata came out, and I dedicated fucking thousands of hours to that game. That's why it's actually my #1 game of all time as well. Usually, if I'm when I was gonna start writing, oh dear, I think I made a mistake by going there. How do I undo? Avisa and just never had the desire to sit for hours. How do I undo these? I've made a mistake. Shit. Okay, I made a mistake. I have to start again. Yeah, it's okay. At least this doesn't take that long. But yeah, like, where's my, hold on. Let me grab it. I'll be right back. Have a last command keyboard shortcut. I have no clue. Let me take a Yeah, so when I was going to start reviewing games, I came up with a 10 criteria that in each area a game would receive a 1 out of 10 rating for, and obviously that's how I would come out with my my rating out of 100. So, and those 10 criteria are gameplay, story, graphics, soundtrack, aesthetics, world design, sound design, ease of access, compatibility, replayability, and also there would be one Control F. No, it doesn't do anything. And like there'd be one like secret bonus thing that wouldn't really grant any additional points, but it would make the game like a little better in my scale. And that is, will it run on my old potato PC? Which isn't really a potato PC by any stretch of the imagination. It's one with a dying graphics card in it though, so you know. But it wasn't dying when I was playing it, and that is, yeah, would it play on that PC? And Nier Automata is one of very, very few games. Like the thing is, just like it's the only game that gets 10 out of 10 in every section. Whereas, oh, Control Z. Hey, Zitch. Why are my sound alerts playing? That's the second time somebody's done one of those and it hasn't played. Is it playing for you? Can you hear it? Fuck. I'll refund you the points shortly. Just gotta get around this. But hey, Zitch, how you doing? We're doing art. I need to find a better word for what I do. I think it's offensive to call what I do art because it's just really tired. Oh, you come to the right place for that then. I'm playing Skyrim Ambience while ASMR mouse clicking. So if you're looking for somewhere to come to fall asleep in, this is absolutely the right place for that. Scritch. Art, but not art. Scritch. Yeah, that'll do it. I mean, that's the thing is, like, there are people who say, like, it doesn't matter if you think your art is bad as long as you're creating something, then that's all that counts. But at the same time, I think it's offensive to real artists to call what I do art. It's the closest real world definition is digital art manipulation, digital image manipulation. Like, for example, this board is not my work; it's somebody else's work, and all I'm doing is taking sections out of it for use elsewhere. But at the same time, like I could not create. While I could probably create something like this on my own, it wouldn't be anywhere near the quality. So it's kind of, I would personally say that like I can't draw people and I can't like I can draw probably inanimate objects like these, but I can guarantee I cannot draw people to save my life. And like it's not one of those things that if I put the time in, I probably could. Actually, that reminds me, I need to get back on Kish about his art tablet. Because he's got an old graphics tablet that I've offered, like, basically buy off him. So then I could do more. Scritch. I don't know if this is better or worse. I don't know if what I'm doing right now would be better or worse with a graphics tablet, but honestly, this is relatively comfy, so I can live with it. Yeah, that's also the main reason. Have you been though, mans? Though mans? What's that? This is a D-Nuts joke. I feel like I'm about to get D-Nutsed. Somehow. Oh. I've been doing good. Just sort of really tired. A lot of being very tired. It's just like... There's been a lot going on. So I've just been trying to snap back to reality, but the other way around. Like just trying to avoid reality as much as humanly possible. So unfortunately I can't do that through sleeping, but I can do it through pretending to be good at art and listening to Skyrim ambience. So there's that. That's probably the best thing about content creation. It's like it gives you something to do. And when it takes a bit longer to do, like obviously it gives you more time away from reality while you're at it. So you know, useful tool. I think a lot of artists would probably agree, like content creators. So I'm just sort of like, chilling. I get paid on Wednesday, so I'm looking forward to that because I'll have. I mean, my freezer's full, but I'm very low on tobacco, so smoking sucks. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Lola I was talking to yesterday about maybe getting another vape. Oh yeah, that's something. I don't know if you saw my post on Twitter, by the way, Lola. I have to deeply apologize. I attributed the Prime sub that you burnt here for whatever reason, and the art advice, to a different VTuber with blue in their name. Yes, after the stream, and then like I didn't realize it until I was. Oh yeah, that's probably for the best. But yeah, like after the stream, I put on my thing to say, oh yeah, we finished stream. We did XYZ, and then we raided XY, and then we raided XYZ. And in it, because I know another VTuber with blue in their name, I tagged the wrong person. So yeah, I put a retraction up this morning to apologize for that because. Yeah, I didn't even notice it until I was trying to find who did the bullying last night. And, yeah. It was like 1 in the morning, your elbow was... Yeah, my elbow was fucked. Like, that was not a good... Like, that was bad. But yeah, I posted up the retraction, so it's fine. Oh no, have I gone outside the light? No, it's fine, this is the outside. I don't want to have to start this again. That would suck. Azurill. Okay, that's a Gen 2 Pokemon, which I can't catch. Fine though. So we're nearly at the end of this. Just got to keep going. I think the tier listing went quite well. Like, since that's what these are effectively for, like, it's a good idea for me to make content in that style so people can get used to the fact that I do tier listings. That's the thing is, I've got, like, 6 different YouTube channels where I split my content to. Because, like, I do, for example, like, I play, like, Helldivers when I play the finals, but I know those two audiences are not, like, those two groups of people are generally not in the same, like, and I don't want them going to my VOD channel and going like, oh, where's exclusively the Helldivers VODs, or where's just the final stuff. So I've got a separate channel for each, and then I've got one for Hearthstone, because Hearthstone is very niche. Like, I don't actually know a lot of other YouTubers who play it, and like that would be really nice, because, well, obviously it would give me people to talk to about Hearthstone. But like, yeah, I've got a channel called Tavern Keeper Eliasta, which is where my Hearthstone VODs go, and all that's up there right now is just my VODs of completing the solo adventures. But like, the thing is Hearthstone is one of those games where it's like infinite potential for content. Because like, you can tier list literally everything in this game. Like, oh, I will tier list the best cards in each set, or like, here's the top 10. That's it, top 10 lists. Tier lists and top 10 lists are two, like, I want to say, easiest forms of content to make on YouTube, because all it requires is like a little bit of analysis work of what you're looking at, and then being able to talk at length about those things. And like, I've got a literal list of about 100, maybe 200 videos I can do that for, like for Hearthstone at least. And it's all just like, here's the top 10 lists of cards that interact with dragons, or here's like the top, you know what I mean, and then tier lists and stuff. Let me double check, where are we? So I need to go in and back out again to get around. Then we're at the top, which is great. Be up for learning. Sweet. I mean, if you've got like if you ever played like Magic the Gathering or any other card game, basically it's a good start. Usually I introduce people through Battlegrounds, because it's like the completely free to play mode, and it's entirely down to like skill and RNG. So it's actually interesting how it can be both. You wouldn't think that something could be both skillful and RNG based. Delete that and clean it up afterwards. It'll be fine. It's only a little tab. Go here. I actually reached the very top of the image, so. No, it's just a reflection of it, so I don't need that at all. Making sure I don't make that same mistake from earlier. So at this point, that'll be a very time-costly mistake. Even just getting one of these done tonight in this fashion is going to be good. Really? Yeah, it's all above the game board at this point, so except for that one little bit in the middle there. Oh, right, okay, now let's just make sure it deletes the right thing. Oops. Okay, so I need to, what is it, invert? How do I've forgotten how to invert it. Invert, there you go. That was close and fairly annoying. I don't know how to get it to deselect. Let's have a look. Clean, clean. Even with a slight black background around it, it's still mostly fine, so I'm not going to complain too much. Because obviously this is still something that takes me multiple hours without this process. So, while saying that, this looks pretty clean. I don't think, yeah, even the bit that I fucked up on here, like, cleaned itself up. Cool. Nice. Okay, let's remove these other sections, and then we are done with this one tonight. So I need to get this, I need to get this center bit, I need to get the heroes out, and I'm probably going to see if I can get this out. I might just leave that one actually, that seems useful. Might be used for that. Just not sure what that use is yet, so don't quote me. This part is the easy one. Clean. I love it. It's going well. Going good. Going good. Very demure. Whatever that fucking word means. Leave the snow in. Actually, this tool actually makes it so fucking easy to leave the snow in as well. Oh shit, I need to reach that down. Start that again. I wonder if Halo soundtrack comes under DMCA. I mean, I know Skyrim and the World of Warcraft ones do. Because if I can get away with doing one of these streams earlier in the day, some like more energetic music, although the final soundtrack would be excellent for that as well. I got one particular track that's nuts, which is Destroyer. I'll actually put it on for the last part of this stream, completely ruining the ASMR element of the clicking ASMR and peaceful music, but I'm sure people will understand it for good music. You really only get targeted if the music plays in your VOD. Oh yeah, but like there's a lot of a lot of video game music doesn't even get classified because it's like not Creative Commons, what's the term for it? Like they it's sort of like they can't have a go at you for it. Although weirdly enough, I've still got a copyright claim on one of my very old Nier Automata videos. For the Pichu. There's a bit where you go behind the resistance camp and they're playing like a music box version of one of the tracks, and somebody copyright claimed the video even though like their name wasn't Keiichi Okabe or Squeenix, so like it wasn't somebody who actually has any right to copyright claim it, and like, my options were to dispute it, but like there's no fucking ads. I thought having it on, I really need to consider an ad blocker. Now I've forgotten what I was saying. If I forgot it wasn't probably that important anyway. Yeah, it has to be like a real arsehole games company to not let you have their music in your VODs. Like, and there aren't many. Like, I know for a fact that you can play, like, the Skyrim soundtrack like I'm doing right now, This isn't really Skyrim soundtrack. It's just like extended versions of Skyrim music, and the World of Warcraft ones because Asmongold uses both of these in his streams. I think that's just a shadow. I don't think that's actually part of the game map. Let me zoom out again. Let me take a look. Yeah, I'd say that's a shadow, not an actual board element. So I'll just take that out. It'll be fine. I zoomed in too far. It looks gross. I still claim I'm not a big enough streamer for them to come after me. My music is not my VODs. I did get a copyright claim for karaoke stream, but that was your own fault. I mean, if it's licensed music, then yeah. Like, very rarely will you get a strike for video game music that's in context, because otherwise this site would have died years ago. Like, if you weren't allowed to play the music that's present in the games that you're playing, then, yeah. There's a song called Drunk. I don't think I know the song. I was trying to work out if I did know that song, but I don't. I don't think I do. I think there's one by Beyonce, but that's like Drunk in Love or some shit like that. Like, my music taste is pretty significant, but yeah, like it's sort of my music taste is effectively like one of those ones where it's I like everything except the stuff I don't like. I've got yeah, it's just sort of like there's some things you vibe with and some things you just don't. So last time I did a 24-hour, well, it didn't end up being a 24-hour stream. I think it was like a 16 or 18-hour stream. I can't remember how far I got on the first one. Oh no, wait, I'll double check the VOD after I'm done this. But yeah, I had a playlist, so I had like the games and that running on my main computer, but I had my own playlist playing on my laptop through my headset, for a second headset. So so that way I was like able to listen to my music without it fucking with the VOD. I know there's a way to put it on a separate audio channel as well, but I don't really know or care enough to do that. It's why game soundtrack and sound design is one of the criteria on my like game rating, because if it's not good enough on its own accord, it's probably not a very good game. I'm glad my new timer hasn't come up yet. That's good. I set up a new one so where it like the having a good time, make sure to hydrate, stretch, and stop shrimping. Like where I've got that, I've also got another one, but it hasn't come up yet, so that's good. Shit. Fuck, what's my phone? Phone. Fuck, 1 second. That's in my bed. What's this? Let's see. How to undo one. Backspace returns the previous selection tab, removes the last selection segment. Okay, so if I press backspace, it should. Fuck, just. Jesus. So if I press backspace, yes, there it is. It's backspace on GIMP. Learn something new every day. It's a very faint line, which is what makes it awkward. Yeah, we played Dauntless and then we played Fortnite, and I think it was a 22-hour stream. So I know we didn't make it to 24. I was extremely disappointed by the end of it because we didn't hit 24. I just like, the worst thing is as well is like, after I finished, like I was tired while I was streaming. Like I reached a point where I was just tired. But then like after I was finished, I was like not tired. But after I hit in stream, I think we raided, and I was just like not tired. But it's because I made the one crucial mistake. If you're doing endurance streams, like more than like that kind of length, rule number one is never look at a clock, because it'll fuck you up. Like it'll just ruin your, like, so it's like I use Vegas rule for it, in that like in Vegas in casinos they don't have any clocks, so nobody can tell what the time is because you're not looking at the sky outside. Like, and the moment you look at a clock, your body adjusts to remind you how tired you should be. And we got to, I think it was like 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning, and I've been going for nearly 22 hours, or just over 22 hours. And I looked at the clock and it was 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and suddenly, like, my body immediately worked out, oh shit, like, not good, basically. And then, like, I was very tired. So I ended up ending stream, and then like the worst thing was just I ended stream, and then started to put my head down. But at the same time, it was sort of one of those things where I was kind of like, I'd reached what I like to call metastable. I've become so tired I was no longer tired. Basically, I imagine that's what happened. It's like I was over exhausted or overtired. And I cooked a whole ass lasagna. Not lasagna, spaghetti bolognese. I can't cook a good lasagna. And sunset lights too. My father-in-law was purchased one of those big casinos. Yeah, yeah. They give free drinks. The drunker you are, the more you'll spend. Yep. That's the thing. It's all about keeping you in there. I've heard like they pipe in additional oxygen as well, like to keep you, effectively keep you awake. God, that looks so good. Look at that. That looks so good. And it kept the fucking snow in as well. Holy shit. So good. You know, like, it's times like this that I look at shit like this and I think, you know what, this could actually work. And casinos are on the strip are likely to give you big cash out too, yeah. I've never been to Vegas and I probably never will, but like I've got a decent understanding of how the customer retention works there. Alright. It looks so good. I couldn't have dreamed when I started this stupid idea that I would find a way to make things come out as well as they are. And yet, you see, this is one of those things that I've always sort of had a go at people for. It's like when they're talking about luck. Like, people don't like to talk about luck as a content creator because you can't quantify luck at all. Like, unlike, so, like, when you're a content creator, there's a few things that sort of matter. How much money you spend, how much time you spend doing or like learning skills that are relative to being a content creator, all that kind of stuff. But luck is also an important factor, right? Like for example, yesterday I didn't really plan on streaming. Really, I was a bit tired anyway, but I did anyway. And then you came in and you taught me how to do this. Right now, if I hadn't chose to stream yesterday, if I hadn't chosen to like do this, quote unquote art publicly rather than just doing it behind the scenes, like I wouldn't have gotten the suggestion on how to do this. I would have done it all by razor and hope for the best. Because that's the way I do things usually. I just stubbornly bash my head against the wall until the wall breaks, because I'm very stubborn. But like that's just luck. You know what I mean? I'm gonna definitely need to clean that one up personally, because that didn't hit the edges, but it's fine because it's not like too bad. But yeah, like I've got 65 days of this until these videos should be done, and like I would have spent probably all 65 of them trying to work out how to do this with an eraser. And like I probably never would have come to the realization of how to get the handless stuff at all if you hadn't been here. Like that was, I'd say, about 20% your fault. In a good way, of course. I think it's over. I will indeed. Oi. Ow, my chest. Oh. There you go. Oh. Stabbies? No stabbies. Oh no, I'm going to open this can of Pepsi Max. It's been just sitting here for the last hour and a half. Do you know what I mean? Like, the first half hour of this was that tier list. In an hour, I've done more work on this than I spent 3 hours doing yesterday. Or I'd say 2.5. Let's say 2.5 hours yesterday. Because obviously there was a lot of, like, random YouTube stuff as well. So... Oop. A Trubbish. Oh yeah, I was going to check how long that stream actually was. Ah, that's a question. Is it on this account? Ilyasa stream VODs. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to open that for later. I'm not actually 100% sure if I did it under the Ilyasa name. I think it was actually one of my first ones. Just videos. I need to get back to Halo Month at some point. It will happen. Five. When was it? It would have been February. So that's what, 7 months ago? I would have had to break it down. Foundation stream. Seven months ago. Yeah, it would have been the end of the month. Oh no, I was making that. I need to maybe look into that. I'll open that VOD for later. So that's 9 and 9.5. So that was 18 hours. No, hold on. 9. No, it was like 18 hours, 20 minutes. Didn't I do a longer one than this? Let me just double check on the other channel. Got a second VOD channel that's got even older shit on it. Oh yeah, this was on the old computer where shit crashed a lot, so like I've got a lot of A and Bs of VODs. 2, 1, 4. When I played, the one time I played Pokemon Emerald on stream. The Doom stream back when Ak used to be around, and he came in and so when I was streaming Doom, I used to have a no cursing redeem, which I turned off because of Doom, and it's because you don't realize, like sometimes I swear so much that it becomes like breathing almost. Let me see. So 3, 8. Hold on, no, that's not correct at all. 3, 8.5. 13, 23, 26. So yeah, my longest continuous stream is 26 hours. Is a certain someone active in chat? Who's a certain someone? That doesn't help. I don't even bother having a no cursing redeem. I do, but it's only because I swear a lot. So for me, it's like sort of it's like those people who have like. Oh, that doesn't work. I'm sorry. I need to. I don't know why my sound alert redeems are not working. It's really weird. Let me. Oh, Husky. Okay. Hi, Husky. How you doing? How do I pop out? So both you and Zitch have redeemed that, and it hasn't worked. Drop it. You've been lurking the whole time? Nice. Much appreciated. So you've heard me talk shit the whole time. Askew is a real artist, by the way. Oh, this one's definitely going to need tidying up. This is ugly line alignment. Jesus. Don't delay it. You have proof of such a claim. I mean, you do art. You do like. You actually do art. Unlike what I'm doing here, which is just messing around and hoping for the best. That's the thing is, I've got a lot of good artist friends. But that's only so I can annoy them with stupid questions. We've actually got like a private chat, which is all to do with my model design. Which is just like me and 4 actually talented people. One of whom is mainly there for the sake of they're a pervert. I'm joking. Yeah, Zitch isn't here, so I don't have to say I'm joking. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good little group. And maybe one day I'll have a real model sorted out. But I just got to work out what the theming is. Like, because Kish, one of the things Kish said about me, like, is that I sound like a librarian. So I kind of worked that into my lore. That my quote unquote OC's like um real world vocation is as a librarian, which is, you know, just a cool bit of lore. We're gonna. I'm actually still got to talk to Kish about my lore actually because I want it done in like I want to have like a comic book, like a comic book style. But I know that takes a lot of work, so that would be a hell of a project. Like my plan, as outlined at the moment, effectively is just have a PNG by the end of the year. God, that was hideous. It's just have at least have a PNG by the end of the year. It's mostly just because of the style and the art and having it consistent. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's a lot, and then I've got to structure the lore around. Um, like I got to structure it properly so it can actually be written in a way that's like tonally consistent throughout as well. It's another one of those big ambitious things. I know. I set up a GoFundMe for a $5 to pay somebody funny. I'm joking. TL too lazy for law. Yeah, like the thing is honestly, like I don't think law really matters that much as a VTuber. Sadly, like as much as it used to anyway. I think it used to have a. It's one of those things that I think used to play a way bigger part in like the way VTubing works. What the fuck? Okay, I can clean that up myself. No, piss off. But it's one of those things. It's like debuts. Like debuting is practically like I advise people against debuting quite often because it's like when it comes right down to it, like if you say you're doing a debut, people will turn up for that debut, but they'll be there for the event, and usually those people won't like your. That'll be your like highest viewed stream, and most of those people will never return. They're just there for the event of somebody debuting. So like I tell people, generally speaking, not to do it. It's not like I tell people because I have no power, but like you know, I recommend people to temper their expectations when it comes to doing something like that because like most of the time those people are not gonna return. They're just there for the thing to say, you know, like who was here sort of thing. I mean there's actually hold on, let me I've got a specific thing on my libraries drive. Where is it? It's debut grabby. Debut grabby. Right, so this is a notepad document. As I mentioned yesterday, I maintain a YouTube channel for another VTuber. And it's very specifically this. So I go here. And I think it's actually time coded to the point now. Let me see. I think it is.
Followers are affiliates. Yo, if you like put like 3% effort into your streams, hitting affiliate really isn't that bad.
Is that audible?
It
Can you hear
seems
that?
daunting.
Can you hear them when they're talking just now? Okay, cool.
But it's not.
The hardest part is getting your 3 average.
Yeah. Like it helps, like for me. Anyway, it helped that I like had a little bit of a following on YouTube first. Not YouTube, fucking YouTube, YouTube. No, Twitter. Twitter, if you gain a bit of a following on Twitter first, like, and you do your like quote unquote debut, it's not that hard. Like, I didn't debut, but like my first stream is still my highest average like viewed video. So like even if you like get
That's
that
incredible. I love that.
and you tank in viewers, it's not that hard. Cause it'll see like you got like I think my first stream I got like 20 average, something like that. After that, not even close.
Yeah,
But, like,
if you build a following, that's how it usually goes. If you have
Yeah.
a following outside.
So I think that's like if I had to have like a hit affiliate hack, it would be that. Gain enough of a following on like another platform, whether it be like Twitter or whatever, where like once you start streaming, you can hit that like a number where even if your viewers tank afterwards, it doesn't matter. Because you'll hit affiliate within those like 7 streams.
I will say, because I had a friend go through this. If you build your following outside, because he built like a big following on Twitter, and then he debuted, just know that you haven't put in the time to build an audience, so your viewers won't be that big all the time.
Yeah,
Because you haven't built a Twitch following yet.
Not the Twitch follow. The Twitch following will not stay with you. It won't. But I think that it sounds stupid, but like if you want to start making like any money like at all on Twitch, because like affiliate for me, like I honestly never thought I'd hit affiliate. Like when I was looking at the requirements, I was like, no, I will never. Dibbies are for chumps. I don't like the idea of a debut. It just seems very grabby to me. I don't like it.
It is
Like,
very grabby.
Cause like I remember like I watched like Bao's like 4.0 debut, and she was at like 20 or like 30,000 when I was watching, and like I follow her now on Twitch, but like it gets like 1,000 views like a stream.
Allie, we got this off rip if you want to switch out for it.
Yeah.
Debuts like that, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Please don't ever take like your debut like follower count as anything.
Yeah, because the hype dies down. Like people are excited to be part of like the event.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is it? A debut is like when you like have a new model, or like you show off like all your lore and your overlays and all that shit, but like
yeah.
Switch out to the fancy for extra money.
I made a drink, but I made it too strong and now it's icky.
There you go. So yeah, like that's pretty much where I got that information from. Is that yeah, your debut will be a good stream, but after that, like your viewers, your CCV is gonna tank like a fucking stone, because people were only there to say, yeah, I was there for the debut. It was a good stream, you know what I mean? So like a lot of, I mean, I don't know if it's to do with like how I know it's going to sound bad when I say it like this, because obviously I am a Westerner who is also a VTuber, but like, you know, I think it's because of how a lot of people in the West have been, like not Japanese, like have become VTubers over time, like, and it's sort of diluted the quality. I don't mean to make that sound as bad as it does, but I don't think there's a polite way to say that. I think that the average quality of VTubers has gone down significantly because of how many people are like, yeah. Not only that, but like also people, it's one of those things I'm waiting for when I get cancelled to write about, because it's like, it's a kind of one of those things that a lot of people don't really think about. It's like there are, when like people say debut not new anymore, they move on to newest thing. Yeah, and I mean this is the thing, right? Is so there's no, I think I'm still gonna keep it for when I'm getting cancelled because it's like highly controversial. I don't want it to be something that people complain about, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. But yeah, it's safe to say that there are things that are like for example, I'm low energy. Right, like I don't jump around. I don't really get super hyped up about stuff. Like I find what I'm doing right now, I find is fucking cool. But also like there are people sleeping on the other side of a not very thick wall, so I don't make a lot of noise and like cheer and shit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things like low energy VTubers are like they don't have as much luck because, like you said, low attention span. If they're not jangling a new set of shiny keys in front of the audience. Although saying that, I think that my position is a relatively lucky one because, especially before I rebranded, I sort of came to a certain realization that even as a male VTuber, which like I'm not trying to make this about like the whole gender divide in VTubing because we all know it's female dominated. That's just how it goes, right? But like I'm one of the luckier ones because even though I don't have a huge following or anything, a lot of the people who come to my streams will generally regularly come back to my streams because it's the environment rather than a personality or or my personality. Like even though I can't be one of these like key jangle ones or sex pests, like I'm a proud member of the Hag Tuber. Yes. Don't take life seriously. I'm more likely to be short streamers and not chaos for allowed. Yeah. That's the thing with me is I wouldn't say I'm chill energy, it's more like low energy gremlin. Like there are some games that I play where like I refer to myself, is it still in my tags? Yeah, it's still in my tags. I call myself a crude tuber because so obviously there's like say so and not safe for work streamers. But before I rebranded, we were trying to find a space in the middle for people like me who like it's not like I'm lewd or anything. Like I don't post not safe for work stuff, but I swear like a sailor for some games. So like I call myself a crude tuber because it's the comfortable middle zone. You can steal that if you want. But it just means I'm not bound by any restrictions on either side. Like the problem is if you start off as a say so VTuber or like wholesome or whatever the word, like whatever, however you want to describe it is, you've got to remain that way because otherwise you lose your audience almost immediately because people watch your streams because they appreciate that sort of wholesome environment. And on the other side of things, like if you start as a not safe for work and then you stop being not safe for work, then like people won't come back because they were there almost exclusively for that. It's like there was somebody who I won't really call it. I mean, technically they're still a gem mate, but they were like my gem mate from the first time I was a VTuber anyway, and they were around about my same level. Like not a lot of followers, not a lot of viewers, and then they started doing OnlyFans stuff and ASMR and like being a succubus VTuber instead of being whatever they were before that, and they went from 200-300 followers to 50,000 in a space of like 2 weeks because of it. But the thing is their average viewership, despite like this ridiculously huge number is like 5, and that's like 2 to 3 hours into their streams. And it's because when you are a YouTuber, like the thing is as soon as somebody else comes along jangling the fun bags around, people are gonna go to see the new thing. You know, like, they don't give a fuck that much. Oh, also she got like doxxed apparently, and like had to set up a new account and everything, and then immediately went back to being a YouTuber, like as if like didn't learn a single lesson. That's the problem. Is like people say about like people being parasocial and shit like that. The problem is there's like all these girlfriend experience VTubers, you know, and it's like, and you wonder why people like, because I mean, a lot of us who are VTubers have some issues. You know, it's fine to say that a lot of people who do VTubing have some anxiety problems, who are, broadly speaking, not particularly popular in real life. Not all of us, of course, not all of us. Like, I know there are some very popular people in real life who also do VTubing, but generally speaking, like, there's usually a good reason people become content creators just in the first instance, and a lot of it is because you're not finding validation in real life that you are finding through having an audience online. I legit don't have any real friends. Yeah, I mean, I've got Alex. If I didn't have Alex, I probably wouldn't. What's the polite way to word this? I probably would have game overed myself a very long time ago. Because like I've lived in some really shit situations, and like if I didn't have like even like if I didn't have at least one good friend, yeah, it probably would have been a lot worse. So you know, like if you ever see Alex, if you ever see me posting on Twitter about somebody called Alex, just know that he's probably saved my life more times than he knows how to count. Like without even knowing that he's doing it. But yeah, a lot of people go about seeking validation the wrong way, and it gets them into a lot of trouble. And then like it's almost always YouTubers. You know, like you always get the YouTuber who's like, "Oh, somebody got parasocial with me on stream last night." It's like you're providing girlfriend experience for a lonely person, and you're expecting that not to happen. You know, I'm not saying the guy who's doing it is in the right, or the girl who's doing it. You know, like a lot of people are bisexual and whatnot nowadays, but at the same time, they are saying that this is, you know, they're basically like through their actions and through the way they're presenting their content, they're saying, yeah, this is how, you know, like I want to interact with you as a person. You know, and it's wrong. It's predatory. Like, it's not like I'm going to go out on some like grand crusade to stop it from happening, because, you know, I don't care. But at the same time, it's something that a lot of people, like, you see it all the time, people complaining about this exact sort of thing, but they're not realizing why. Like, why it's happening to them. And it's like, you know, like, how dense can you be? There's a reason why these things are happening. It's like, a good example is Tofu, who's another British VTuber. This is a completely different conversation now. She put up a post earlier about somebody who's been like a bit of an asshole in her chat, and the problem is because she's like very wholesome, like, you know, like very welcoming, very polite, very lenient. Like, there are people who are going to take advantage of that leniency, and it's why on specifically my old rules, before I rebanded my old rules, where I said, like, you know, like, this is not a 3-strike zone. I don't have a 3-strike rule. I have a 1-strike rule. Because, like, when you are that kind of lenient, like, the problem is you've got to let somebody get away with something a couple of times before you do something, like take action. And it's like, no, that's not how that should be at all. Like if somebody does something, your stream should be like your home. Right? Like I wouldn't let somebody come into my house and say, I don't like your wallpaper, change it. You know, so why would somebody let somebody come into their stream and do that? You know, it just confuses me. But at the same time, like I understand because like, if you're not lenient, if you give people that leeway, like not even that's the wrong way to start this. It's like if you're not lenient, people consider you as unwelcoming, right? And nobody wants to be seen as unwelcoming to an audience member. It's like when we raided Twi last night, and there was that one like weirdo dude who came in and was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm watching with minors," and also, and then like, "Oh well, you better not swear," or like, I don't know what he said, but like, you know, like he was like, you know, like trying to fucking tone police and like a content creator, you know, and it's like, and Twice shut that shit down really quickly, as did May and as did I. I'm not a mod in Twice chat, but at the same time, like, I said, you might want to tone that back, Chief, because like you don't want that shit. But like that's the thing is like most people won't ban until you get to like a third strike. Like they'll do a 3 strikes thing, like where like, you know, verbal warning, you know, whatever verbal warning, and then they'll take action. It's like no, you can't always be like that. Sometimes you just got to put your foot down, because otherwise people just take advantage of that leniency. And I'm not comfortable with that because, like, I've mentioned it a couple of times. Like, I don't know if it's been recently, but like, when I started content creation, I wasn't on like the Mr. Beast side of YouTube or the Markiplier side of YouTube. I was on the Total Biscuit side of YouTube and the Asmongold and the Filthy Frank side of YouTube. So basically, if somebody's being a cunt in my chat, I will call them a cunt, and they'll probably leave. You know what I mean? Because they're acting like a cunt, but at least I've solved that problem before it has a chance to develop into a bigger problem. You know, and a lot of people can't get their head around the way that like as I mean, what have I got? What am I on Twitch? Let me see. How many followers have I got? It's not a lot. You know, like not that I'm complaining. Like I like having, broadly speaking, a smaller chat. But like, so I'm on what, 146? If I didn't call people cunts for being cunts in my chat, I'll probably have maybe double that. You know? You know those sticker attack things? I had a bunch of free ones. Some guy came in and just one after another spammed the stream with them. I was trying to be nice to save his dignity and said it broke. Then he was quiet, went to another friend's stream and said came back. X was fuck that. See that to me, if somebody did that to me, that'd be immediate ban. Like that's just intolerable. It's like why you it's I can't remember if it's on this Discord or if it was on my old one. There was a rule which was if you get banned, don't go to somebody else's. Don't go like whining about it. The mods will deal with it. Where are the rules? Admin playground. No, it's not there. It's intro rules. Yeah. Yeah. Rule number 8: if disciplinary action is taken against you, don't bitch about it here. So basically, if somebody gets banned or somebody gets timed out or something in a Discord server, and they whine about it, I don't give a shit. They can leave. You know, I didn't know what to do, so I just ended the stream. It was the first time I've ever experienced, but now that I have, I know my steps, hindsight, and all that. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing is, it's stuff like that that teaches you how to react as a streamer. Because like the first time it happens, obviously you've never experienced that before. You're in the dark. You don't know what you're doing. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. It's more in the sense of, you know, like it's a new experience. You know, and a lot of people don't know how to deal with that. Add alpha channel. I've forgotten how to do the alpha channel. Magic select white. But a lot of people would have just accommodated it. You know, they would have Just gone, oh yeah, that's alright, you went into somebody else's chat and, you know, called me a cunt or whatever. You know, like, if it was me and, like, I mod for quite a few people. So if somebody, like, did that and went into somebody else's chat and started complaining about me, I'd just be like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna ban you. Yeah, and sometimes there's something I saw somebody doing recently, and I don't know if you've ever seen these videos. They're the Asmongold unban requests, and I love watching these because some of the people who make these requests are so fucking unhinged. I spelled that wrong. Let's find a little short one, but it's like people who, like, if you get banned, you can put in an unban request. And there are some people who have been banned so many times, or what they did was so shitty that he'll go to every channel that he mods for and ban them there as well. And I approve of that. Like, I haven't actually had any reason to do that, but I'm very prepared to if I have to. Desktop Alterac. Right, so that should maintain the transparency. Do I save gamma? I think I saved gamma. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Okay, it looks a bit hideous there, but because of this, but I'm sure you'll funk itself out. Let me open it in here. I don't know a ton about streaming, but still learning. That's it. Like, everything's a learning experience. It takes a very long time. I mean, I've been making videos for about 10 years. And so I've learned, and like the people who I started out watching were very good teachers, basically. Like they're not like directly teachers, but they're people who you can learn a lot from just by watching them, from the way they manage their audiences. Videos, channel stuff. Alright, let's go with I still got my old oh no, that's so cringe. That's my old video opening. It's now actually part of my ending. No, we don't want one of the neon borders for today. We want an interior light. Not that, that's just nuts. Traveling in space. There you go, that'll do. Separate video and audio, just in case. This yesterday. Now what I'll probably do is black out along the edges, but otherwise... Oh, hold on. It's not full screen. Project settings. Okay, it's because it's in 1080. Okay, that's fine. There you go. Oh. Beginning to wonder if I should not have taken out all of these sections. I think some of them probably would have been better off staying in. That's okay, because we can fix that. I wonder how far back the undo function goes. Okay. That one needs to stay hidden because mana crystals. Other than that, let me clean this one up quickly with the... Yes. That's the thing, is everybody's just sort of trying to figure out when it comes to being a content creator, because there is no one size fits all. Like, there are definitely ways to cheat this, to play the system, but at the same time, like, no, that's hideous, man. there are definitely ways to play being a content creator on easy mode, but usually they have massive pitfalls. So. Oh, it's because the shape itself isn't even symmetrical. It looks bad because the original is bad. No, that positioning is fucking atrocious. I think there needs to be so many more control points around that for that to work. But I guess I could burn it in to make it look less shit. No, it doesn't look right. Why can't it's just like been a normal fucking oval? That looks ugly. But the option isn't great, so I need to find something to put behind this. Okay, that's still open here, so I need to delete it. Delete. Also Control E. Oh no, because the alpha layer doesn't exist on it anymore. Add alpha channel. See how that looks. Yeah, there's still like this really, really ugly border around there. Gonna have to do something with this. As well as this. These will be fine. These I can figure out. We've got to also like figure out where to place it. I mean, I like it centered, but the problem is it's like you lose so much of the board if you try centering it to cover the whole screen. So I need to clean up along aisle 5. And I need to remove this bit. Oh, it's because I didn't alpha that out. That's fine. So I need to go along the side. Let me move this to this screen. So I need to go along here. Undo. So I think there's a burn tool. Shift D. That doesn't look like it's burning. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't help. What about healing? What does healing do? Select a source image. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. Cool. Smudge. Blur, sharpen. Shift U. That doesn't look like it's doing anything. Okay, so ignore that. Click to sharpen. Doesn't look like it's doing anything. Shift U. Does blurring it help here? Not sure. So the problem is it's not exactly a straight fucking line, which is why it creates that weird, like, after effect I hate. It's only across this arch, it looks like, so that can... I think defining that black line might help. Defining? I'm not sure. That's what I would do. No, I mean, I don't know how to do that. I don't know if that's another a tool or something that I haven't used yet. Wondering if this blurring this line moves. I mean, I think it's because there is, like, the edges of this is not purely white. It's sort of so it doesn't chroma out properly. I'm an idiot. I've just remembered what I should have done. It's still open. I could still be doing it. Hold on. I do the same thing. Visual properties. Circuit. That's okay. So I need to remove a color, but not actually remove any colors. Good. And then what we no, it needs to be white. I need to remove basically white. But at the same time, what I need to do is increase the tolerance for it. I'm just changing the size of the fucking image, aren't I? Softness. Not sure defringing does anything. Like, it doesn't matter if we lose the numbers to softness, because I can just put more white under it. leave that open. So I've done gradient is along there, and then I need to go to the end of here and do the same. It's only like the last couple of pixels where it's a bitch. So alongside this inside line. Okay, that's annoying. This would be way easier to do in OBS. Because I actually have a good green screen, good chroma. Add alpha channel. What if I filled it with magenta instead? How do I choose a fucking color? Oh, duh. Okay, so I need the hex code for magenta. RGB code for magenta. Because there's no pure magenta on there. So it's 255 50 255. There you go. So now we just paint. Get all these sections. Right, now it's fucking magenta. Ah, there you go. Yeah, so now I can see all the shit lines. Well, it's not completely cleaned up. I will indeed. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me go to head to bed now since... Oh, it's hit midnight. Shit. Alright. Sleep well. Since the alpha channel is on there, anything I delete will just delete transparent now. And what we're doing it this way because what I specifically want to do is chroma to magenta. And then put a very slight tolerance to it. So it will... Yeah, you see these? Didn't I do these? Damn it. Can you add a border to the entire thing? I do not know. Like an outline. Oh, wait, it's the wrong button. God, I hate this shape so much. Because it's not even a real shape. It's like a semicircle, but not. Fuck, that's hideous. I hate that. What is it's not even consistent across all boards as well? Like, what is it's different on every fucking board? Select all, select menu, border. Get these ugly fucking shapes out of the way. Like, you would have thought these would just be like straight up ovals to save time. No, that's incorrect. Fuck, man. Alright, so what was it? Select or select menu border. Fuck. Select all. Select menu border. Okay. Select areas continue outside the range. Okay. What does this do? I had one dotted line and now I have two. It was supposed to make a border around it. Oh. All the little parts. Okay, well, it hasn't done that. That's weird. Alright, let's try exporting it. And then putting it back in here. And I should be able to chroma out the magenta. Magenta? Magenta? It's definitely one of those things. Look at how pink it is. Visual effects, remove a color. Oh, it's a fucking hex code. Hex code 2550 FFON. Okay. And then what we do is okay, this could work. I still got the fucking outlines. I think it was at 10. Here. Now it's green. Well, that's certainly interesting. I don't know why I'd want that, but thanks, I guess. That's bad. I mean, how tolerable is it anyway? I mean, it might just be within the program. I'm about to make a huge mistake, so finish. I don't usually render when I'm streaming because it fucks up my bit rate. I'm hoping that isn't going to happen though. So, and then we'll just play it and see how it looks. Because it might just be in the program, but I doubt it. That doesn't sound like. Yeah, that's going to be very noticeable. That's here as well. So the thing is, I don't think there's a way to really clean that up. Not completely anyway. Now, I'm definitely going to be inserting like just black on either side of this and around these bits so then so it doesn't show. I can do that now. Annotations and bulks. Don't worry, this will all make sense in a second. Okay, maybe not a second, but shortly. Why do they have... Oh yeah, I know why they have that. Sorry, sort that out. You... Sure, I'll be fine. Basculin. No drop shadows. Drop shadows suck. I hate that this doesn't set default to desktop. That's so stupid. I suppose as a worst case scenario, what I could do is ask if Kish would just touch up the edges. I'm sure he wouldn't charge me too much for a touch-up job on them. I mean, we've basically done most of the work. There you go. So now it's only impacting this big space in the middle. So in here I'll have a version of my VTuber model, but sort of like Stoneberry. Where's the image of him? There's an image of him like holding out Hearthstone cards. Something like this. So it'll be like my VTuber model, but like a bust up, sort of like this. Up with this section only. And then on the other side will be the hero of the class that I'm doing the thing of. And in this, do I still have the images? Libraries. Pictures, Hearthstone, 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 Hearthstone. Somewhere in here I've got the class labels. Like, effectively they're kind of like banners. But yeah, like, there you go, there's the heroes. I think they're all GIFs. Yeah, so I import that directly onto it. Yeah, like, for example, Rogue. There you go. There's like the Rogue one. So like, let me bring this back up so I can actually do it properly. So we'll find let's go with Warlock. I like Warlock. Media, Warlock. Then we want the Warlock one. Header. Do I not have the Warlock header? You serious? That's fucking annoying. Okay, I can't use that one then. Alright, we'll just use Paladin. Wait, what file type are you? Oh, it's probably WebP or some bullshit, isn't it? Of course it's WebP. Why is it always WebP? WebP to PNG. And it's the Paladin one. That's PNG. Finished. Download. Opening file. See? Really? It's that big? Holy fuck, bro. No transition. Ungroup. Got that now. Then when the animation is meant to reset, it glows. That way, it doesn't show the broken fucking GIF. Needs to be on like a perfect loop. So this is. Dean. We need the hero power as well. No matters. I'm gonna render this again, just so I've got something to sync Kish. That's what I'm just gonna ask Kish to tidy up the lines. Oh, it's 3, isn't it? I'll ask him to tidy up the lines on the on the like base PNG, and hopefully he'll just be able to. I mean, he'll know a way as it's actually an artist, unlike me, so. And hopefully he just won't charge too much. I don't think it. I mean, the problem. I think it won't cost that much. I think it's just a matter of how many there are. I mean, what was it? There's like 36 of them. This is child's play for him, so 37 apparently. Oh, because I've got 2 for the Witchwood. But yeah, like if I can do all the hard work, well, not really hard, quote unquote, hard work, then ask him if he'll do the rest of them, or like just finish them off for us. That'd be good. Yeah, that's the plan going forward. I think. I think that there is. This is as far as I can go on it. Like there's an extent to where my talent or skill, and then it just wipes. But I think that handing this off to somebody who knows what they're doing with image editing software, just to clean up around the edges of the lines, would probably be a good idea. And with that, there's nobody on. Alright, I guess I'm thing is, I really don't like raiding people I don't know. What's Uwu doing tonight? He's a really big channel, so raiding him is a bit scary. It's like the only safe option. But yeah, raid Filion. Good idea. I actually do like watching Uwu. I just like, let me see. Is there, obviously there's gonna be people doing art. 5 channels tagged art. No, I think I'll just raid. I don't really want to raid it with only 3 viewers. Feels bad. Mr. Beast got cancelled, so we're here to re-blind 1,000 kids. That sounds about right. Fuck it. Let's raid. Let's raid him. Do I use a raid command with a... I mean, he's still technically a VTuber. No, I don't think I'm going to raid. Alright, thanks for joining. And I'll be... I'll put the message across to Kish tonight or tomorrow morning. But for now, it's past midnight. So I'm going to go. Lee help you sleep. You too, Lola. Good night.